this is Jersey. You're watching The Garden State.
You're listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. I'm Josh Sobo.
I'm Josh Chomik.
And behind the camera,
James Parker.
Jimmy Parks.
Jimmy Parks.
Boys,
What's up, boys?
episode 7.
Huge. I can't believe we're at episode 7, bro.
7 means completion, man. I think we're done with the pod.
Dude, we're just done after this one?
This is
Want to call it quits?
I mean, we could do like a Quentin Tarantino thing where we only do a set number of episodes. Like he has 13 movies, then he stops. We do 13 podcasts, and then that's it.
I just don't think we could do it, Josh, because this past weekend, we reached 50,000 followers on TikTok.
And then on Sunday, so that was what, Saturday we reached 50?
Yeah. No. We reached 50 a few days before that. It was like...
And then over the weekend, we hit like 60. And then today, we're about to hit 70 on TikTok. Things are just popping
just
off right now.
nuclear, bro.
It's crazy.
We don't understand why this is happening, but we're just very thankful for it all.
It took 3 months to hit 50 and then another day to hit 60, which is bonkers to think about. But hey, thank you everybody that's watching us on TikTok. It's been crazy to see everything going on. It's surreal. It's good to see there's some other people that live in New Jersey out there, and it's not just us, right?
Dude, there's so many people already following us. It's like
Yeah.
we were talking about like how many people are actually on social media who live in New Jersey. We want them all.
Yeah, my thing on TikTok is I think there's at least 2 million New Jersey TikTok users. That's my theory. I could be off, but that's what I think.
I feel like there's probably even more than that.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, how many citizens do we have?
9 million.
9 million.
And you have to think, probably you have at least 2 million kids, right?
Yeah, like how many of those people are under the age of like 14? Because I feel like kids 14 and older are using TikTok. Mm-hmm. So,
Jimmy, do a fact check and get back to us in a little bit about that.
Jim,
That'd be great.
Jim, can you do a report on that, Jim? And just do a book report for us on the number of people on TikTok in New Jersey?
So children under the age of 18 made up 23% of New Jersey's total population.
Okay, so let's get rid of that number completely. And let's get rid of people over like, I don't know, 70 completely, because there's a lot of people on TikTok. It's a big number. It might be.
I'm lost in numbers now. So what are we at?
Yeah, so that was just a quick equation to say that there's a lot of people in Jersey on TikTok.
Okay, cool. So that's a good thing for us.
Yeah, it's great. I think it means that our audience is not going to be stifled. That was our original concern when we started. We were like, how big could we really go? Because, it's very specific. It's New Jersey. But hey.
But dude, I was looking through all the cities today who listen to our podcast. We have a lot of people around the country listening. So I don't know if you guys just listen because you like us, or maybe you lived in New Jersey at some point, but shout out to everyone outside the Garden State listening too. We love you.
Big shout out. Very big shout out.
It's a big number.
I mean, we also have a lot of people in Rahway listening.
Rahway in Springfield too.
Hey.
Who's watching in Springfield? That's awesome.
Hey, if you're from Springfield, we're talking about you right now. Thanks for listening. So, Jimmy, how was your week, man? What'd you do this week? I know you did something interesting.
It was great. On Friday, I went to Lion's Roar Brewery in Westfield. If you guys haven't been, highly recommend.
Whoa.
Brand
Interesting.
new, opened about a year ago. I was pleasantly surprised.
Cool.
After that, I went to the Crossroads of Garwood.
Ooh.
Wow, did you see a band?
It was Mardi Gras. You know who was playing?
Who?
The Gumbo Goombas.
Wow, that sounds like a Jersey
Sounds like a band
experience.
Jimmy loves.
Wow.
So shout out to the Gumby Goombas. Go
Gumby
check them out.
Goombas.
I have to listen to them. I don't know who they are.
Josh, what'd you do this weekend?
Dude, I was mostly just chilling, making. I was doing TikToks. Did we do anything fun? I don't know. I was just freaking out, dude, over like how big TikTok was getting. To be honest, I don't have a life.
I mean, on Friday we visited that new diner, West Essex Diner. That was a great experience.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then we just watched the TikTok blow up over the weekend. So,
I went golfing this weekend. That's what I did.
how was that?
Oh, it was awesome. I went by myself because
course?
I went to Raritan Landing in Piscataway, played 18 holes by myself, finished in like 2 hours. It was perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That's
And
fast.
I got my first hole out of the season. So for the listeners who don't know what a hole out is, it's when your ball doesn't land on the green and then you just chip it and it goes directly into the hole. So,
Great.
dude, I'm pumped for the season, man.
Sub 100?
Breaking 100 this year, brother.
Oh, I meant on over the weekend. Did you go under 100?
Oh, it's mostly a par 3 course, so like the par is way lower. So I shot like an 88, but it doesn't count. Great practice course though.
Great. Yeah, so I just feel like there's good things happening all around.
Oh yeah.
You're golfing, we're going to diners. And as we talk through diners, one thing I was thinking about, that's a good point. let's talk about that.
Yeah, I just want to drop it really quickly.
Yeah, let's drop it. If you're listening, you'll have to go on our Instagram to see what we're about to talk about.
We're going to post a ton about it this week. Don't worry.
Do you want to announce it?
So we've been talking about merch the past 2 weeks, and I've just been hyping it up.
Yep.
And finally, we have a date, Josh. We have a date for the merch drop. We're actually wearing it right now. You're going to see it throughout the TikToks and Instagrams this week, and we're going to post a ton. But our merch drop is on March 11th.
Yes.
Monday, March 11th?
It's a Friday.
Friday,
it's
March
my birthday. Friday, March 11th.
Josh's birthday.
I'm going to be 28.
You're going to be 28?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I feel like
that was a good year.
I feel like a spring chicken.
What's that mean?
It means I feel like I was being sarcastic, but a spring chicken would mean like youthful. You know, I feel like a spring chicken.
Oh.
But really,
that's a good thing though.
I feel like I'm 15 still. I can't 28 doesn't seem real to me. I feel 15.
Same, dude.
I have the brain of a 15-year-old still.
I was at a family dinner the other night, and like my sister, like we were at the end of the table. Me and my cousins were on their like later 20s, and we're like, it hit us. We're not kids anymore. Like the kids' table was like in the kitchen, like all the young kids.
Yep.
We were like, wow, we're like adults now.
It's a big move. You know, I came over. Actually, that's what happened. It was your aunt's birthday.
Yes, we did hang out.
I stopped by because I'm family. And you're not a kid anymore when you're at the adult table and they start talking to you about like politics. Like I got into a discussion on Ukraine for about an hour with your uncle.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, how did I get here in life? Like I'm drinking coffee, talking about politics. Like,
you know, it gets bad when they start speaking Ukrainian though at the table.
yeah. Well, your family's all Ukrainian.
My family, yeah, we're Ukrainian, Argentinian, Polish. Like we're everything, bro.
My great grandparent came from Kiev, actually. So
cool.
I got that Yuki blood too.
Shoto robić.
Jak se máš? Dobře. That's
all right.
That's Polska. So what was I going to say? You were talking about the merch.
Yeah. So March 11th, Josh's birthday. Best gift he's gonna get is a merch drop. So.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna figure out a way to make it extra enticing.
Yes.
My thought was, I'm just going to say this, and we don't have to do this, but my thought was if you buy a piece of merch, you're automatically invited to our secret pizza party in a New Jersey park this summer.
Ooh,
you know, pizza will be provided from a
that.
great pizzeria. I think that's a good idea.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we should plan that.
It'd be a great time.
An awesome time.
And we could do it somewhere central, you know?
Maybe I'll do my Jeep giveaway that day.
Oh, that'd be killer.
Right?
I love that.
Put a giant bow on it. But yeah, we'll let you guys know more details this week on social about the merch. It's great. It looks great.
Can I just say the hoodie? So we've done a lot of merch in our time because of YouTube and everything we've done. This hoodie is like my favorite merch hoodie I've ever had. I think it's Independent Co. It's like a really comfortable hoodie. It feels good quality. And I just love it. I've been wearing it every day. Repping.
Did we mention it's a t-shirt as well?
There's a t-shirt as well, yeah. There's going to be a t-shirt option. So just keep your eyes peeled. Be ready for the merch.
Oh, yeah.
And with that,
we shall begin.
Let's get into the news.
Dude, today, like, I always, like, dude, I pronounce words differently when I hear my voice in my headphones.
Yeah,
it's just, so sorry if I do that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk like this.
ASMR?
ASMR.
Okay, so before we get into all the stories, I had to make a statement really quick.
Uh-oh.
Is it possible that New Jersey 101.5 is stealing from us?
We got some crazy proof, guys.
Listen, listen, nothing against 101.5.
We love you guys. We love you guys.
We're just putting pieces together. You know, last week we posted a video talking about Sloppy Joe's, right? Mm-hmm. I had a while back, I went to Mr. J's Sloppy Joe's in Cranford. I asked the owner, I'm like, why is it called a Sloppy Joe? And he gave me the whole history lesson that I then shared on the podcast. Well, guess what?
What happened?
2 days later, actually it was a day later from when we posted the TikTok, Big Joe Henry from 101.5.
Shout out Big Joe.
Wrote an article on their website about Sloppy Joe's, about the history of the Sloppy Joe. And it's like,
literally everything we said.
Yeah. How random is that though?
Yeah. And like we filmed that about 2 months ago and it was like an extra video we forgot to post. So we posted it. So like, and no one was talking about Sloppy Joe's the past few months. And it just happened to drop after we posted the video.
I don't know if they're stealing from us. And we can't be mad because let's be honest, most of our articles we read on here come from their website. But here's what I want to say to Big Joe. That was a stutter. Here's what I want to say to Big Joe. Joe, we want our spot on 101.5. Listen, this podcast is great, but we're ready for the air. We're ready for our show. Call us. If you want to call in one night, we'd love to have you on, Joe. And you're allowed to steal as many stories as you want because this is Jersey. Right?
Maybe just link the TikTok next time at the end of the article of maybe like two guys talking about it. And I don't know, maybe something cool like that.
I took a lot of pride in that only because it was such a small town Jersey story. I went in this spot and I said to the guy, "Hey, why are you called Mr. J's Sloppy Joe's? Like, isn't a Sloppy Joe like the,
That's what I thought it was.
hamburger meat
Yeah.
with the tomato sauce?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he gave me the whole history lesson. It was so intriguing that this is like a Jersey thing for a specific part of Jersey. And so
that
that's
story was your baby. Like
That
when we recorded that, you were like really passionate about it.
Yeah, I was passionate because it was my real first investigative journalist piece.
It really was. You did great.
I did a great job.
A lot of people were like arguing with us in the comments about it, being like, "You guys have no idea what you're talking about."
Yeah.
I guess it's a Central Jersey thing. I don't know.
The South Jersey people are not, and also
Even the northern
Way north people were not happy.
Jerseyers, they were a little mad about it. But yeah, Joe, give us the power hour, 9 to 10 slot every
Yes.
night. That'd be awesome
that's what we should call it, the Power Hour
with the Garden State.
with the Garden State. It's a 9 to 10 o'clock slot, Monday through Thursdays. We take Friday off.
Let me just say, like, is there any like people in their 20s on the radio? Like, I feel like everyone I listen to on the radio is like 40s and older. Where's
Yeah.
the young crowd?
Well, it reflects the audience. 'Cause
Where's the young blood?
I don't think a lot of young people listen to the New Jersey radio anymore. You really have what? 710 WR, you have 77, you have 1015. Jimmy, what's like a Philly radio station?
104.5, that's a Philly station. It's alternative. And then we have WMMR, I think, in Philly too. That's like 92 point something, I think.
Okay.
Who's the rat?
Oh, that's a good question.
Isn't that 101? Not
I'll tell you right
no.
now. The Rat.
The rat. Isn't that 10? The Rat Radio.
And then you got Cat Country up
95.9.
in like
95.9.
Sussex County.
The Rat Rocks. Ooh, we should get a Rat Rocks sticker for our.
That would
for
look
this
really cool.
show. Cool. Well, yeah. So that was just the call out to 1015. Big Joe Henry. Hey man, we want to have you on the pod. We want a show of our own.
More than anything, but yeah, you want to come through, talk to us? That'd be great. Love you, man.
That's the thing that I don't think people realize is our TikTok is getting so many views that like. Okay, things keep happening that make me think people are seeing our podcast and we have another story next. This to me is creepy. Like
Yeah.
I think that this podcast is shaping legislation in New Jersey.
I think it might be, dude.
Do you think that's possible?
Yes, dude. We get like hundreds of thousands of views. That's more than some of these articles get, bro, ever.
Should I read this article?
Bro, drop it. Drop
Okay,
it
so-
like it's hot, bro.
So a bill was introduced Monday that would allow residents of New Jersey to pump their own gas.
We just talked about this multiple times a few weeks ago and got everyone talking about it.
Yeah, it says a bipartisan collection of legislators introduced a bill on Monday called the Motorist Fueling Choice and Convenience Act. Why can't we ever have simple names? Which would allow stations in New Jersey to have self-serve pumps and end its status as the only state left in America where self-serve gasoline is illegal statewide. Motorists in every other state are able to pump their own gas, and if a consumer wants to choose to not wait for an attendant, that choice should not be denied to them by state law, said Assemblyman Ned Thompson. That's verbatim what I said in the podcast.
Bro, tell them exactly what you said. I'll even clip it if we...
You should clip it because Ned Thompson, the Republican out of Monmouth County, he must have just like copied my homework on that one. But thank you, Ned. Thank you for standing up for what I believe.
Well, dude, it's about time that like our voices are heard because think about how good that's going to be. Being able to just pump your gas without having to wait.
I think
Some of these wait times are absurd, bro. I'm not waiting 20 minutes for an attendant to come in my car. I got things to do.
We need to be clear because people got offended last time. We're not saying we should do away with attendance.
No, we love the attendants. Keep them.
And that's what the legislation says.
Yes, so it says by providing a hybrid model, we can give consumers the option to do what they prefer when it comes to filling up their gas tanks, while also giving them the opportunity to save money. Assemblywoman Carol Murphy of Burlington, another sponsor, said in a statement. That's exactly what I said, the hybrid model. Look, I told Jimmy this earlier. I knew the hybrid before they knew the hybrid. I brought the hybrid to the table.
Tell him.
It was my idea. And now, you know what? Our voices are being heard. A
Good.
lot of people are going to be angry about this, though.
Dude,
a lot of people are
How
gonna
can
be
you
angry.
be angry at the hybrid model? Everyone wins. If you don't want to pump your own gas, you don't have to. If you want to pump your own gas, there you go. You'll win.
Okay, so here's the thought, though. When they allow this, our gas station's going to immediately fire their attendants and go, why are we going to pay for an attendant?
Well, by
Well-
law, if the law is the hybrid model, they have to legally keep the attendants.
The law says if your gas station has more than 4 pumps, you have to have some attendance.
Okay, so but that's where it becomes gray because is that just one guy? Like Costco has like 40 pumps. Are they gonna have one guy just so that they don't have to worry about it?
See, we gotta look.
So
we gotta
I
dig a little
think it
deeper.
all depends on what it's going to look like. Basically, like they have to test it out first. Like once they bring out this hybrid model, we're going to see what the percentage looks like from people pumping their own gas or people wanting an attendant.
I also think that if you choose full service, like with the attendant, you're gonna spend more money. I think they're gonna have a self-serve price and an attendant price.
What?
That's awesome.
So you're saying it's going to cost more?
It's gonna cost more money if you get the attendant.
Okay.
I say let us pump our own
I
gas.
doubt that actually. I'm thinking about it now in my head. I doubt they would do that. Two different prices? No shot.
That's what it says in the law. Because
Wait, it said that in the article?
Let me go back to the article. I mean, it could
I
be,
doubt that actually happens.
It could be implied because here's what it says: by providing a hybrid model, we can give consumers the option to do what they prefer when it comes to filling their gas tanks, while also giving them the opportunity to save money. It sounds like it's implying what Jimmy's saying, but I don't know that that's actually what that means. So,
Also, you know what's great about this? A lot of gas stations close after like 10 p.m. If it's
Well,
self-serve, are they allowing us to pump our
no.
gas at like 2 in the morning or no?
no, I think the article said 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. we could pump gas.
Wasn't that for attendants to be there?
Let me pull up the article and confirm that.
I think it was in your notes.
well, I know I've been in Pennsylvania before after hours, and I wasn't able to pump my own gas.
Wait a second. It says under the measure, stations would be permitted to offer self-serve, full-serve, or combination. Oh, there's the or combination. So really, they're all going to be self-serve, it sounds like. But stations with more than 4 pumps would be required to keep, never mind, a full-service option between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So Jimmy's correct. If there's more than 4 pumps. It says the average price in New Jersey was $365 as of Tuesday, according to the American Automobile Association, or AAA. They could have just said that.
That's what AAA stands for?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Wow.
But the national average was $361, so we're paying on average 4 cents more than the national average for gas, probably because we're paying for attendance.
Yeah, dude, let's get rid of them. Done.
4 cents, man. I could do a lot with 4 cents.
Dude, there's something so enjoyable about pumping your own gas. I'm not even going to lie.
I feel cool when I do. I feel like I'm just like a cool guy. Like,
Yo, dude.
what's the deal, man? I'm pumping my own gas.
Yeah, I just started since we started this podcast. I've pumped my gas like 5 times already.
Yeah, I do it all
and
the
I'm
time.
Yo, let's just keep it going. Everyone listening to this right now, if there's not an attendant serving you, get out, go pump your gas. Let us know your experience. I don't know.
I say we shoot down the law because I don't want it to be illegal, but I still want to keep pumping my gas.
Amen,
and
bro.
then keep the attendance. So let us know what you guys think if you're watching this on TikTok. Leave us a comment below. Do you want to pump your own gas? Is this a disaster? I don't
The
know.
lawmakers are seeing the comments. They're reading all these comments. So let your voice be heard.
Yep. So much happening in the state. Right, Jimmy?
That would be right.
Gas prices through the roof. It just never ends. But next up, we have a great story. I mean, sad, but great nonetheless. The mayor of Fair Lawn, New Jersey, is saying that the Nabisco factory is set for destruction in 2023.
Dude, I'm so sad.
It's very sad.
Dude, I grew up just always driving past the Nabisco factory, opening the windows, and you just smell the cookies in the air.
Oreos are made in our own backyard in New Jersey. I don't think a lot of people know this. If you're from the area, you know the Nabisco factory.
Yes, you know that building.
But if you're not, and you're from maybe South Jersey, you should know that for many, many years, I believe it started in 1958, Oreos were made at the Nabisco factory on 208. Well, off of 208.
Dude, that highway smelled so good all the time.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Nabisco factory. It's really sad. They're going to tear down the whole place?
Yeah, it says in 2023, the owners will start removing parts of the building, and then we will see a new structure up, which we are excited about, Peluso said. In the meantime, although the Nabisco cookie factory has stopped production, the former owner and Nabisco parent company, Mondelez, has not left the building.
So Nabisco's not making any cookies there now.
Yeah, it goes on to say the Nabisco factory opened off Route 208 in 1958 and was a landmark in Fair Lawn for more than half a century, turning out Oreo cookies and other products until it shut in July. When the
Oh.
bakery closed, 600 employees were laid off.
Shut up.
Yep. Mondelez International, the owner of Nabisco, has its headquarters in East Hanover and has 1,500 employees across New Jersey.
Wow.
I've been to their HQ, actually.
You've been there?
Yeah, actually, back in my previous career, I stopped by that office for something. It's a nice place.
A cookie eater, cookie tester.
Yeah, I was a professional cookie tester.
Wait, you went to the Nabisco building or the headquarter building?
No, the Mondelez office in East Hanover.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, if you've driven in that area, you probably know. You've probably seen it. It's huge.
Did that building smell like cookies or no?
It just smelled like an office building.
Boring.
You know how that smells like carpet and stuff.
Yeah.
So not cookies.
Not
not like
cookies.
cookies, but nonetheless,
Sad, man. Well, go drive by, pay your respects before it's torn down. In what? When did they say it's tearing down?
it's saying 2023.
In 20. Wow. So we have a year to really enjoy that building. I want to go take a picture next to it. Show my kids.
Does it make you like Oreos less or more knowing they were made in New Jersey?
I think the same, dude. I'm more of a Chips Ahoy guy anyway.
You don't like Oreos?
I love Oreos, dude. But like, if I had to choose my last cookie, if I was on death row and I could have one cookie as my final meal, I'm gonna pick a Chip Ahoy cookie.
Chips Ahoy, huh? I think if
Yeah.
I was on death row and I had to pick one of those like store brand cookies, I'd go Oreo.
Okay.
It's just a good cookie all around. You remove the outside, you lick out the inside, and then you start chomping on the rest, right? It's just
You ever
good-
double stuff or no?
Oh yeah, all the time.
What are your thoughts on the golden Oreo?
I'm kind of not opinionated on the golden one.
Yeah, if it's in front of me, I'll eat it.
But if
great.
you're on death row, which are you choosing?
The original. Duh.
If I'm on death row, this is a good question, guys, and this is really the pressing matter we should be touching on this podcast.
Yes.
Because there are people on death row and they have to pick. Do I want an Oreo? Do I want a chip? So I'd go probably regular, double stuff, classic Oreo.
I'm all about the Chip Ahoy, the Candy Blasts family pack. Extra sleeve of cookies in that one.
I'm so proud of us for getting into real news on this podcast. People say this is a joke. They say, you guys don't talk about real stuff, but right now, we are the news.
We're getting so into it, dude. Like, this is crazy.
Big Joe Henry. Write that down. Oreos.
Yeah, story upcoming in a few days.
Oh, man. I
Look out for
think
it.
we took that story from 1015 or NJ.com.
Listen, it's a collaboration. It's a partnership.
It's a collab between us and Big Joe.
Gotta love it.
So, apparently, while we're on the topic of eating things, a New Jersey couple found a pearl and a clam while eating at the Lobster House in Cape May this past week.
What a dub.
Yeah, they found a
Sick.
pearl worth thousands of dollars while eating at the Lobster House.
Yeah, how much was the pearl worth?
It says the pearl weighed about... Oh, wait, hold on. It says the pearl weighed out to be a whopping 8.8 millimeters. That makes no sense because weight in millimeters...
That's do you measure those differently? I have no idea.
Absolutely.
I've never owned a pearl.
Millimeters would be distance. Weight would be weight. Okay, so it says the pearl weighed out to be a whopping 8.8 millimeters and could go for thousands of dollars, but money is no factor in this equation. I don't know why it says that.
Oh, dude, what, they're gonna just hold on? Oh, I think I read somewhere the lady was gonna do something with the pearl, maybe like a
Hold on.
necklace or something.
Hold on. Well, let me read the opening and then we'll get to that.
Okay.
Last Sunday, Michael Spressler ordered his usual appetizer, a dozen clams on the half shell.
Nice.
I love that this guy's got the usual. First off, the Lobster House is excellent.
Oh, it's a staple.
Have you been?
You brought me there,
I did bring you there. Jimmy, have
I
you
got
been to
a
Lobster
lobster
House?
Never.
Oh my. Okay, this summer,
dude.
we should do a Garden State episode from the Lobster House.
Yes.
We should reach out to them and be like, hey, can we do it?
We should stop by after going to the Cowtown Rodeo or before.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, since we're
All
down
south.
So the Lobster House is great if you eat on the dock. You do the takeout window and you eat outside. My family does that. But let me continue with the article. Sorry for the ADD. It says, I was down, he's quoted saying, I was down to the 12th one. When I picked it up on the fork, it looked kind of heavy. This makes no sense. It looked kind of heavy. But I didn't think nothing of it, Michael Spressler said. Then, when I started to eat it, I noticed something was in my mouth. I actually thought one of my tooth broke.
That's how they quoted it.
That's literally the quote.
Nice.
This guy must have been a real, rough around the edges kind of guy. It was actually a pearl. That's what it goes on to say.
So before we continue, what's the history of the pearl? Like pearls come from oysters, correct?
Absolutely.
Correct.
So how do you get a pearl? Like, do you take it out of an oyster?
Yeah, it grows in the oyster.
Look, here's a photo for you.
I get that, but why doesn't this happen more often? Sorry, I don't know anything about pearls.
I don't know why oysters make pearls, but we've always harvested them from oysters. I don't even know what a pearl is, to be honest. It might be like a calcium thing in their mouth. I don't know.
Can you eat a pearl?
No, they're very hard. They're
True,
pretty
true.
hard. But it says he's eaten dozens and dozens of clams, and we've never found anything like that. So it was pretty exciting. That was his wife, Maria Spressler.
Oh, she's the most excited out of this whole situation, dude.
She is.
She got herself a pearl.
It says not only did something spectacular and rare happen on their impromptu trip, but the couple was also celebrating a special occasion. It was actually our 34th anniversary coming here for the very first time. So this is their, I guess, 34 years ago they went to the Lobster House for the first time.
Congrats, guys. 34 years. Awesome.
They deserve it.
Some people have a good memory. It says they came here President's Day weekend 1987. So not a bad win.
I would. What would you do if you found a pearl immediately like that?
I think I'd do exactly what they did. I mean, is that the type of thing that the Lobster House thing goes, hey, that's our pearl? I don't think that can happen, right?
No, 'cause now, hey, he paid for that meal, so now it's his. Whatever's on that plate is that guy's.
I guess so. And also, you were correct. It says, I would like to have it set into a nice piece of jewelry, maybe a mermaid or something nautical. Sick.
I guess if you don't need an extra few $1,000, yeah, I might as well just make something out of it.
You know, I worked at a jewelry shop for a while, like that, where people would sell their old jewelry. And from what I remember, pearls were kind of worthless. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
like
it's not too much.
Maybe an appraiser would say a couple $1,000, but I don't think they could sell it for a couple
Dude, I
grand.
would trade that in for like a new Tudor or something.
Go trade it for a nice Rolly, all right?
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Get something fancy.
Yeah, might as well throw an extra few thousand in.
So, one other thing that I wanted to say while we're on the topic of the Lobster House, last summer while I was there, because we do this podcast, why? Because we like New Jersey, we like learning about Jersey, right?
We love New Jersey.
We're naturally curious about the stuff around us. It's just our nature. So I'm sitting on the dock and I start reading into the Lobster House, and it has such an amazing history. And while I was reading about it, apparently they create 40,000 pounds of ice per day at the Lobster House because it's such a huge port where fishing is done. Like that section of New Jersey down there by Cape May, there's a very, very big commercial fishing market there.
Wow.
Did you know there's a town called Shell Pile?
No? Where's that?
What does that have to do with Josh's ice story?
Because it's a big fishing town.
Oh.
So there,
We're like, dude, what are you talking about?
it's a port town along the Delaware Bay.
man.
Jimmy's
It's called
eyes
Shell
just
Pile.
lit up. Okay, cool.
We're about to call Jimmy Parks Jimmy Sparks from now on. This guy, what are you puffing over there, Jimmy?
Yo, we're like talking here.
man.
You just see Jimmy's like head buried in his laptop. Like,
He pulls out facts. I like that though. Wait, was that near,
I didn't know that, Jimmy. I didn't know that.
Is that near Cape May?
It's along the Delaware Bay somewhere, so it's close enough.
You ever drive from Cape May into Wildwood Crest and go over that tiny
Yes.
little bridge?
Yeah.
It's called the 3 Mile Landing or something like that. I think it's called the 3 Mile. Let me see. Hold on.
Is that Maze Landing?
No, Maze Landing's a little more inland.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, the 2 Mile Landing. And there's a 2 Mile Crab House, another fun spot, and that's Wildwood Crest. Yeah, it's a cool, weird little bridge that was put over there. There's some history there. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, a pearl at the Lobster House. Amazing.
So cool. Congrats to that guy.
Congrats to Pearl and Pearl, Maria and Frank, whatever your names are. Good for you guys. We hope that mermaid piece comes out awesome.
Yeah, post a photo of it and we'll shout you out in the pod. I want to see it.
That's another person I'd love to have on the podcast. Like people like that, I want to interview them.
Yeah, just your normal everyday guy just going to the Lobster House for 34 years and finding a pearl.
So New Jersey actually touched a lot further beyond New Jersey this week in a week of very heavy global news.
Unreal, dude. Crazy week.
As many people know, Ukraine and Russia are basically at each other's necks right now. Russia attacking Ukraine doing its best to defend its nation. And with all of this going on, something incredible happened on Twitter.
Unreal.
So Ukraine's official Twitter account, which is only following 24 people, has decided to follow the state of New Jersey.
How? Like, what's the backstory here?
Well, there isn't a lot of backstory, but when prompted, like someone asked, why are you guys following New Jersey? They responded, because they're cool.
In the middle of a war. They're being attacked, and the social media person for the country of Ukraine is just tweeting about New Jersey.
Do you think that was an accident? Like, really, let's think logically here. Was it an accident that they followed New Jersey?
No.
We have a big Ukrainian population here in New Jersey. It
Is
could have
it-
been a family member or something.
Well, is it possible that an American took a job running social media for Ukraine?
No, I don't think so.
Someone from New Jersey.
No, I want to believe it's someone from Ukraine, and
Because even the response, because they're cool. Like that's
we
such
are
a,
cool.
No, but that's like such a. I don't know a whole lot about Ukrainian current pop culture, but like it just sounds like something an American would say because he's cool. Like I don't know. It just doesn't sound like. Maybe I'm making that up.
Yeah, but like, why would like another country hire somebody to do their social media? Like, we're not the United States, New Jersey. We're not hiring someone from Australia.
What I'm saying is maybe, like Chomik said, it was a person that was an immigrant, and they said, I love my heritage. I'm moving back to Ukraine. I'm gonna get a job doing social media. They talked to the right person. They got this gig. Is that at all
It's possible. It's possible.
Let
And
me
then they're
just-
like, you know what? Shout out to Jersey, where my family, because Jersey is a popular immigration spot for Ukrainians, right?
yes, huge population. My family's Ukrainian, partially Ukrainian.
Yeah.
But bro, this brings me back to that movie. If you've never seen the movie Everything is Illuminated, remember we watched that a while back, where this American goes to Ukraine to find something about his great grandmother or something. But remember the guy he was with in the movie, the Ukrainian dude.
Yes.
he was trying to be American and hip, and
Yeah.
just that's exactly the person I think about who tweeted this guy right here.
That was a great movie starring Elijah Wood.
Yes.
I remember you showed me that, and I found it to be
But that
very
guy is all
interesting.
about like pop culture and like trying to be hip and cool. Like I
Yeah.
could see a guy like that tweeting because they're cool.
That's actually really, and he's wearing like a Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah, the whole entire movie.
Do you think Eastern Europeans are offended by how we picture all of them wearing Adidas tracksuits?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea.
I feel like that's your typical man. Like he's drives an Audi and he's wearing an Adidas tracksuit. But yeah, with everything going on in the Eastern Bloc, man, you got to say a prayer for our Ukrainian brothers and sisters.
We're with
Hopefully
you guys.
get
We love you guys so much.
Get some peace going over there, and they're now united with Jersey. We are now blood brothers.
It's incredible. So beautiful.
Could New Jersey deploy to war? Just us.
Just us?
Just New Jersey. Like just a New Jersey state draft. We'd
No.
lose. We'd
No.
lose.
Yeah, I don't think that would be good on our end.
I don't know. This is nonsense, but
That's an awesome story.
Nonetheless-
we're with Ukraine, man. That's so sick.
prayers for the people.
Love you guys.
in Eastern Europe facing conflict right now.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah.
So last week we talked about how we've been going to all these diners and the diner reviews have been going awesome.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to bring up is 24/7 diners. I feel like in New Jersey, there aren't any diners anymore that I can find that are operating 24/7.
It's truly heartbreaking. Like growing up, like from 18 to like 25, I found myself in the middle of the night at the diner way too often.
Yep.
And it was just such a beautiful time and place.
Well, I remember one specific night, Black Friday, probably 2010. We went out, whole crew of us,
Yeah.
Menlo Park Mall, and we shopped till we dropped. And then once we dropped, we went to, what's that diner in Edison?
Edison Park? No, Menlo Park Diner?
Oh,
Or-
Menlo Park Diner?
is that the Menlo Park Diner?
Let me look it
It's
up.
Menlo Park Diner.
Yeah, Menlo Park Diner.
Menlo Park Diner.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. And it just was, I think it's one of those things from our youth we're going to tell our kids about. Like
Yeah,
when we were young,
unfortunately.
diners were 24/7. They're going to be like, no shot. Who's going to a diner at 3 a.m? We'll be like, that's what everybody did.
It's just a special vibe in the middle of the night.
Yes.
It's like if you're ever bored, you can't get sleep, you know there's somewhere to go. There's somewhere to run to, and that's your local diner because they're open 24 hours.
Well, I think COVID was the final nail in the coffin of 24/7 diners.
Do you think it's final or they'll be back?
I
don't know.
I think it's probably a hard time slot to earn money within, the middle of the night.
Of course, yeah.
And I think a lot of these business owners probably adopted to not having to deal with it. And now they're like, well, let's just not do it anymore.
Yeah, we're not making too much money overnight anyway. Let's just open up at 5 a.m. and make our money that way.
The only diners I could see it being worth it for are ones on very, very high traffic major highways like TikTok Diner. TikTok Diner is the prime candidate for a 24/7 diner.
They got traffic on that road all the time.
Oh,
man.
yeah. That diner's always lit up.
But I get it. Like diners in the middle of nowhere that used to be 24/7. Like they only have like 3-4 people max maybe coming throughout the night. So
No one is listening.
dude, even like White Diamond and Clark, that was like our spot to go to at like 3 a.m.
Is that not 24/7?
It still has the 24/7 on the sign, but no, dude, their hours are weird now. They like close at 10 p.m. I don't think they're 24 hours anymore. It's really heartbreaking.
Strange.
So yeah, bring back 24/7 diners for real. I really want it, dude.
we should find a 24/7 diner. I always have these ideas about how we should do this podcast. How cool would it be if we filmed in a diner a podcast episode?
Yes, dude, that vibe. Like a really old diner with the neon and
The Summit Diner. That'd be really cool.
the Summit Diner would be the spot.
We should see if they'd let us film there. That would be a great studio, actually. If we
Yes.
rented that place out,
Well,
let's take this offline.
we had someone from. Oh no, that wasn't. We had a few like Summit residents message us after we filmed that, but no one that actually worked there. So
We'll have to see. But yeah, RIP to 24/7 diners.
yeah, it's really sad.
And on that note, I want to bring up maybe the most controversial conversation you can have with another resident of the state of New Jersey.
Honestly, like this topic has been a war in our Discord.
Is it Taylor ham or is it pork roll?
We've talked about this in previous episodes, but in today's episode, Josh and I decided to really go in depth and figure out like where's the split, which one is it, what's going on.
Listen, I've heard. Well, we should say off the bat, we're partisan. We're not completely unbiased on this because we both say Taylor ham. We're from.
Straight up.
We would say Central Jersey, which is a whole nother controversial thing.
We're living in Union County. We're in Central Jersey.
I think.
Sue me.
I think the southern half of Union County, clearly Central Jersey, but that's
Easy.
another conversation.
Yes. We're not going to argue about that here today.
Well, so here's the thing: is people are very divided on this, and I've heard all the arguments. It seems the actual brand name that makes the product.
Of pork roll.
Well, let me pull it up for you, okay?
Yeah.
I'll pull up all the arguments, and we can actually decipher what the truth is here.
Bring it up.
I'm trying to pull it up.
Pull it up. Guys, tonight on the podcast, I am drinking some English breakfast tea with a tiny bit of cream and a spoonful of sugar, and it's incredible. This is what I've been drinking the past 4 weeks on the podcast, and it really just helps me focus and think, and it's really, really tasty. One of my favorite teas. Just a fun fact about myself.
So, I could give you the whole history lesson, but I don't even know if it's worth getting into it.
Just give us like a brief,
So,
explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old on Taylor ham.
here's what this article says on the Digest Online. I don't know what I'm about to read, but it's about Taylor ham and pork roll. It says Thomas Hobbes believed that conflict was ingrained in human nature. No matter how trivial the pursuit, human beings are constantly fighting for power. I guess they're giving a history lesson of conflict, which is really dumb in an article about Taylor ham.
Dude, it just almost got super deep for a
That
second.
got really weirdly deep. So the origin story, here we go. To fully understand the complexity of this dispute, a bit of historical context is necessary. In 1856, a local businessman and politician from Hamilton Square, New Jersey, invented Taylor ham. It was a roll of pork-based meat that had been smoked and seasoned with preservatives and spices. The man behind this creation was John Taylor, and his new product, Taylor's Prepared Ham, offered affordable Taylor's Prepared Ham. It offered affordable meals for working-class New Jerseyans. Of course, the colloquial term was eventually whittled down to Taylor ham. Decades later, the FDA passed the Pure Food and Drug Act in 1906. This was in response to Upton Sinclair's scathing account of the meatpacking industry in his novel The Jungle. So basically, it was called Taylor's Prepared Ham, but the FDA changed a law because I guess meat wasn't being packaged and labeled very clearly. There was dishonesty in the industry, right?
Wow.
So Taylor's Prepared Ham was no longer a legal definition of it because it wasn't technically ham, and it was forced to be rebranded to Taylor's Pork Roll.
That's so stupid.
I
That's
know.
so dumb. It's Taylor ham. That just proves it even more that it's straight up Taylor ham.
It was called Taylor Ham, and then they renamed it Taylor's Pork Roll because of the FDA, which, let's be honest,
Dude, come on.
FDA's
bro.
always ruining the
They're
fun.
always trying to ruin everything, dude.
I could understand, though, how, like, if you're a working class Jersey person and you're like, hey, I'm trying to get to feed my kids well, and you're not at this point in time, right? Because, like, I think everybody in this room would probably be defined as a middle class, working class upbringing. But, like, at this period of time, you might not have been as educated in the early 1900s if you were working class. And maybe you're like, I want ham for my kids. That's good, good protein or whatever. And it's not actually ham. I could see how that's deceiving. But I think this is where this argument becomes very annoying because people always say, well, the original name was Taylor's Pork Roll, and that's the name of it. But we call it Taylor Ham. But the original name was actually Taylor's Prepared Ham. Then they changed it to Taylor's Pork Roll. And regardless of what the name is, here's where it becomes really weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm really passionate about this. There's a lot of things that we call by a brand name, even though that's the name, not the name of the thing. For example.
Do the question around me. Just hit me with them.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Like, Josh, what do we call?
Okay,
blah, blah, blah?
so Josh, what do you call an adhesive thing that covers a cut on your finger?
I call it a Band-Aid.
Okay. It's Band-Aid is the name of the brand. Bandage, a bandage would be the name of the actual thing. What do you call shoes that have wheels on the bottom of them and you go right up and down the street with them?
Rollerblades?
Yes, rollerblades.
Yes.
Is a brand name. I believe they'd be roller skates to use the actual technical name for the object themselves.
Yeah.
See what I'm doing? What do you call
there's another one.
Like a single person motorcycle that goes in water, not on land? I'm trying to describe it as best I can.
Oh, a jet ski.
Jet ski would be the name of a brand.
You're
I think
right.
Kawasaki coined the term jet ski, but it would actually be called. I don't even know the name of it. I'd have to pull it up.
It's
not a jet ski.
Sea-Doo, Wave Runner.
Wave Runner,
a Wave
yeah.
Runner, I believe, because a Sea-Doo is also a brand name.
Yeah.
So
it's a Wave Runner, yeah. But everyone calls it a jet ski.
So my point is, this debate is not clearly defined. I think it's a clear, very, very divisive. I don't want to lose followers over this on our podcast or on our TikTok.
Well, that's where like we're gonna unite because it seems like it's always been like North Central Jersey. It has been Taylor Ham, and South Jersey has been Pork Roll. So where's that divide? Like, what happened there? Like, how did that divide happen?
Maybe I don't. That's a great question.
Because that's where like that makes me lose sleep at night just thinking about how like North Jersey they call it Taylor Ham, but South Jersey's all about pork roll. So it's kind of crazy.
The dude that wrote this article, the last column in it, the last couple paragraphs are titled "The Verdict," and he says, ultimately, I'm from North Jersey, so it's important I pay homage to the father of Taylor Ham, John Taylor. Generations of proud New Jerseyans called it Taylor Ham before me, and I intend to carry on the tradition. It also doesn't hurt that I enjoy ragging on my friends and colleagues from South Jersey, but in all honesty, I have no interest in seeking a resolution. He wants war.
That's so cool because like he paid respect to the South Jerseyans, but at the same time he wants a war. And I think that's beautiful. We're one big happy family here in New Jersey, but like we're never like that's what Jersey is, dude. We're always going to be arguing with each other, but at the end of the day, it's all love and we're correct.
It goes back to the conversation around immigration you talked about from the Ukraine.
Yeah.
This is a nation of people. This is a state full of people that came, like our grandparents, a lot of us came through Ellis Island. They came over, they were immigrants. Tough people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you just learn about some people's stories and it's like, it's a bunch of people that like came here in the 1920s. And that's why there's, I think, a love of conflict. It's like, you know what? Let's move to America. Things aren't going so well over here in Ireland.
Dude.
Let's get out of here.
Dude, definitely.
It's
If
a
everything,
tough read.
if there's at peace at all times, bro, if you're not having an argument, dude, that means that there's no relationship there.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
I think a part of having a good friendship is an argument now.
Dude,
and again.
me and this guy, all the time.
Yeah, I'll argue with you if it's worth it.
I was thinking about it earlier. We've had some like fights, but we never had a good old fist fight. We're due. If it comes down to that.
Listen,
I don't want to punch you, but like, I don't think you want to punch me, but like, it might be fun to try.
I'd be open to punching you.
Cage match?
We could do it.
I don't know.
I know who I'm putting my money on.
Who are you putting your money on, Jimmy?
I'm not saying.
Okay,
Then why bring it up?
that's suspicious.
I just know.
All right, let's go on to the next story, I guess.
All right, so last week on the pod, we discussed the Watchung Reservation, and it got a lot of response from people that were like, they didn't know all these spooky stories that have happened there. And it prompted me to look a little bit deeper into the area and read another story. Have you guys heard about the Westfield Watcher?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So in 2014, there was this house in Westfield, New Jersey, where this family moved in. It says in June 2014, Derek and Maria Broadus, along with their 3 children, purchased a beautiful house in Westfield, New Jersey, 657 Boulevard, for $1 million in one of the safest neighborhoods in America. Believe it or not, Westfield is ranked that high.
Wow.
It says after years of hard work and dedication, the family would finally be able to experience the wondrous community of Westfield for themselves. 3 days after closing on the deal on their new home, a strange letter appeared in their mailbox. It was addressed to the new owner, and it was just straight up creepy.
What did it say?
Well, this is the first letter. It says 657 Boulevard. I'm quoting this. 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. It is now my time. Do you know the history of this house? Do you know what lies within the walls of 657 Boulevard? Why are you here? I will find out. That was the first letter.
Shivers down my spine just hearing that, dude.
Well, imagine you move into a house and that's the first letter you get is someone's like, I'm watching your house. But this went on. Like they kept receiving letters. Some of them were, let me read you.
Did they file police reports like after each one? Did like the cops look into this at all?
Oh, absolutely. They fired. They filed police reports.
And they just found nothing?
Yeah, they didn't find a whole lot because the family actually couldn't even sell the house. So it turned into like a massive.
So people knew it was haunted. They didn't want any part of it.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
I want to read you another part of the letter.
Oh, please! I want to hear it.
Let me. It's like the guy, like whoever's writing the letter talks about like, oh, the previous family turned the house over to you, and like we've been watching this house for 20 years when they lived here. But let me find you the one quote. It said something about their daughter. Like, we've seen the little one.
Shut up, dude.
Tell her to be careful.
No.
It said something like,
Straight out of a
tell her
movie.
to be careful when she goes into the basement. It's something to that extent. Let me find the actual
No way, dude. And like, I like to think about every different side of a story. On the flip, because they never saw anyone placing this, could this family have made this up? Or was there stories before them?
Well, I don't think they made it up because they tried to sell the house afterwards and they couldn't. And then in the end, they sold in 2019. I think they sold it for $500,000.
Which
is a steal in Westfield.
Yeah, that's a beautiful property. It's huge.
They lost $500,000 on the house. Here's what the quote was. This is a letter they received. Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested? Better for me. Was your old house too small for the growing family, or was it greed to bring me your children? So this person writing letters is threatening the homeowner's children by calling them young blood. This is in Westfield.
Dude, that's so terrifying.
So
I don't care if it's like fake or not. It's still like, that's some good writing right there. That's really freaky.
It's absolutely bizarre. But
when was the last time like a letter popped up? How long ago? Was it after before they sold the house?
Well, they sold the house in 2019. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the new owners have received a letter yet. But there's being a Netflix show is being made about the house.
They are?
Yeah.
No way.
They're
I didn't know
making
that.
A whole Netflix series about the house.
So now you know it's real.
Yeah, I mean,
What if like tomorrow, because I drive by that house all the time.
yeah.
It's right next to Scotch Hills Golf Course. It's great, a little fun golf course, 9-hole. But what if like tomorrow you just go up to their house and leave a note on the door, like with one of these creepy messages? Are you gonna get arrested?
I think they would arrest me for sure for harassment. And then I'd be able to prove that I didn't write all the other notes and that I just was trying it out to see what would happen.
How can you prove it?
I don't think I could. I don't know.
Just don't do that.
But like, what is the crime? Is that harassment? Like, can you go to jail for doing something like this?
Yeah, well, it's threats, right? Are you threatening to kill someone?
I guess so. Jimmy, what do you know about this?
So I thought they actually tore down the house, but I guess not. It's been a few years since I really looked into it. But
Sorry. Keep going.
it's been a few years since I've looked into this. But I wonder if there's any like copycat letters, like you kind of were just playing around with that idea. Mm-hmm. Like, sure, they might have gotten this one random letter and then they went public about it. And then some other people were like, oh, let me just send them a letter to continue on with a joke.
There's some people like obsessed with like horror movies and like horror stories. So I could definitely see a copycat like just popping up to just keep it going.
Yeah.
And like wanting to see it happen. But nonetheless, it's really freaky and well done because they never found anyone. So
I think
who knows,
that
dude?
it'd be very easy to prove whether the letters are coming from the same person because the handwriting, you'd be able to see what it looks like.
Was it a handwritten letter or is it typed?
I don't know. But Westfield has some stories. I mean, did we talk about the John List house on here or no?
Oh, we gotta save that.
That's going to be another story for another week. But here's my question for the viewers at home that are watching this. Would you stay living in this house that you spent $1 million on, or would you take the $500,000 hit to get out of there? Because this letter could be from your neighbor that's like, he doesn't like you, or it could be from an actual psychopath. I say stay strapped, stay in the house, get a Ring doorbell, come mess with my family, see what happens.
Dude, the Ring doorbell. It saves lives.
Mess around, find
Dude,
out, right?
get that Ring doorbell, bro. Make a movie. Imagine you like see like a ghost like figure come and leaving the note. Dude, just sell that to Netflix, dude. Damn. Pay off your house instantly. Ghost story right there in real life. Easy, bro. I would buy it. I would stay there.
It sounds like either a crazy person or someone that was just playing a massive prank on the homeowners. So
That's really. What year did you say the first letter came?
2013.
Okay, so yeah, people had cameras, so it wasn't that long ago.
Actually, I'm sorry, it was 2014.
Yeah, dude, that's not old at all.
So
I guess they didn't have cameras on the house or anything.
there's a ton of articles on this. If you guys want to look it up, just search the Westfield Watcher house. But there's so many. I didn't even get to read all the letters because there was a bunch of them that were
Some good reading.
sent.
You guys should look into it.
And but yeah, 657 Boulevard.
Crazy stuff, dude.
In the future, we got to continue on with this Westfield thing and talk about the John List house.
I would love to read about the John List house. Can I?
Josh, you just said that. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Well, we
Did you hear him say it?
No, I
Dude,
didn't.
5 minutes ago, he's like the John List house. Jimmy's in his world again. Little Jimmy's neighborhood over
That's
there.
our producer. I almost had a stroke there for a second because he said that, and I was like,
Didn't I just say that?
I was thinking I just said that, but also like, did I miss something? It's
Oh
just-
gosh, wait till you listen to the
no,
Well,
episode.
the reason I said that is I was zoned into the article because listen to this. This is when the guy received the letter. It says, it was after 10 p.m. and Derek Broadus was alone. He raced around the house, turning off lights so no one could see inside, then called the Westfield Police Department. An officer came to the house, read the letter, and said, "What the F is this?" He asked Derek if he had any enemies and recommended moving a piece of construction equipment from the back porch in case the watcher tried to toss it through the window.
What?
Well, that's reassuring.
I would probably if you're living in like $1 million home in Westfield, dude, you could afford staying at a hotel for like a week or so.
$1 million house and you work your whole life, right? You ground up, and you're like, I'm gonna buy my dream $1 million
Yeah.
house. I've worked so hard for this. Our family's growing. You buy it, you move in that night, and get a creepy letter from some nut job. Like I said, I would strap up and say, come mess around,
Dude.
find out, see what's really up in the Garden State.
It would be scary though if you were by yourself, like in that whole entire house.
And it's a big old house. You ever be
Yeah.
in a big old house? Like you could be in the first floor and your basement's huge, and you're like, I don't know if someone's in the basement right now.
Yeah,
Ugh.
dude. There's so many like different
Ugh, that gives
sounds.
me, like-
It could be a windy night with like some like creaks and crackles throughout the house, and you never know if someone's in there or not. Even my apartment, sometimes I'm like, if I'm home alone, I'm like, is there someone here?
Yeah,
It's kind of scary, dude.
Is someone here right now? Uh-oh.
I kind of want to like knock on this person's door and be like, hey, can you like tell us what's up?
We should do that for the Garden State. We should go interview them.
Yeah, because they're new neighbors. They moved in 2019, so who knows? I want to know if they like saw anything.
It'd be interesting to find out. I'm excited to watch the Netflix show. 'Cause
Yeah, dude. Did
Netflix
they
has
say when
been-
they're coming out with it?
Let me see. I'll find out right now. Westfield Watcher. No, it doesn't say, but it's coming
Really?
out. Yep.
That's exciting.
They're
Be on the
filming it
lookout
now.
for that, guys.
My
That's
guess
awesome.
would be this fall / early next year. We should look out for it.
Interesting. We'll keep you guys updated.
Actually, this was in October, so it might be coming out like this summer. Who knows?
That'd be sick.
Well, that was all the stories we had for today.
Dude, you know what's so crazy about this podcast, bro? That flew by.
Yeah, it flies.
We did all of them? That's so cool.
So
Well, the merch is coming out, so that's a great thing.
keep your eyes peeled March 11th for the merch.
March 11th, guys. Just get that written down in your calendar somewhere. Set a reminder. We're going to drop all the pieces. You want to get them while they're hot before they sell out.
Absolutely.
We're going to be posting a bunch of photos on Instagram throughout the week, so you guys could check out all the options available. And we're stoked. They're really comfortable. We're not going to sell you guys garbage. We're passionate about the merch, so this is just the beginning.
Yeah, we're building, man. It's been an amazing week for the Garden State. We have a lot of interesting guests coming down the line that you're going to want to keep your eyes out for.
Oh, yeah.
We have some stuff in the works, we'll just say, but we've been DMing a few people on Instagram that have their own Jersey podcasts and a few other people that we've wanted to talk to. And
Yeah, so the collabos are coming.
the collabos are on their way.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah,
If you're brand new here, we have a Discord, which you need to get on.
Yep.
for sure, because that's where we're like, that's the best place where you guys could talk to Josh and myself, send us stories, tell us what's going on in Jersey. We have a bunch of different channels there. We're just chatting all the time. There's even a memes section. So yeah, definitely come through, join the Discord. It's the link in our bio on Instagram and TikTok. Super easy. If you don't have a Discord, sign up, get on there. It's a really, really fun time. And you'll hear any updates from us on there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's it. Everybody have a good week. Thank you for listening to the Garden State.
Guys, have a great week. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
See you later.
You're watching the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.